Christmas, a time of joy, filled with spending time with loved ones, making memories, sharing laughs, and giving gifts. Truly the greatest time of the year. But what happens when gift giving goes horribly wrong? When one innocent gift causes more harm than good? That's what we are here to talk about, when Christmas becomes a haunting nightmare. This is the 12 Days of Spookmas. This is gonna go awful again. It feels like we haven't recorded anything since last month.
It's because we haven't.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
I like how we both did the same thing.
Gang, gang. Welcome to...
Welcome.
Welcome to this monstrosity that is Abby and Carly talking. But welcome to the 12 days of Spookmas. So you get to deal with us for 12 days in a row.
On the 12th day of Spookmas,
my true love gave to me an exorcism and it killed me. So you're probably wondering, what the heck is the 12 days of Spookmas, Abby? It's the 12 days of Christmas. Not here. We're making it spooky. Like you can see, I got a Christmas tree right there and there's a freaking doll.
Doll! She said, don't talk about me.
So for the 12 days of Spookmas, this is actually a collaboration with Mike from Canada. He has written all of these, so all of the credit goes to him. Basically, it's going to be 12 days of gifts you will not want to receive for Christmas because they are deadly or dangerous or will burn your house down. I hope you enjoy it. So I wanted to make this a little bit extra Christmassy, and that's why my...
I thought you were gonna say extra crispy.
I want some extra crispy nuggets with some extra crispy fries. Extra crispy fries.
Your autism is showing.
Each video, in the intro, we're going to talk. In the beginning of each video, we're going to have a Christmassy themed question to talk, rant about, and then y'all can answer in the comments what you think. The first question is, when you're decorating your house for Christmas, do you prefer traditional Christmas decorations or non-traditional? And what I mean by that is, like, you know, when you have a Christmas tree, are you like the colored lights kind of person, or are you the white lights kind of person, or are you just a white Christmas tree chronic person? Chronic personality of white
chronically
Christmas
white
Christmas tree.
I only eat white Triscuit crackers on Christmas.
You want to answer that one first?
I guess I would say non-traditional because I would just take any Christmas decorations. That's the word.
We cannot say Christmas today.
But I like white lights. I prefer them white instead of the colorful ones.
And then I'm the exact opposite. I prefer the colored lights. And I do have I have 3 Christmas trees in my room. I'm extra like that because Christmas gets me off.
Oh my god.
But I do have like a little mini Christmas tree that's over there. It'll be up there in like the next videos.
She's lying, it's not there.
It's not there right now. I just did that earlier today. I like the traditional like colored lights on a green tree. And then this one doesn't even have any lights. It just has like blue and white sparkly ornaments on it.
My tree, the tree that I had a couple years ago, you could switch from the colored lights to the white lights. My kids like the colorful lights and I like the white lights. just because the colorful, there's too much going on. It hurts my eyeballs.
See, I like the colorful because my autistic brain likes the colorful lights. I don't like the lights that flash though, that like change colors and twinkle.
So I love jumping spiders. If you've never seen a jumping spider up close, they have like cute little puppy dog eyes. They're so cute.
They're hideous.
They're adorable.
Anything with more than 4 legs is
More than
frightening.
2 legs. But I love jumping spiders. I think they're cute. So this one day, it was sometime in December or November because we already had the tree up, and there was a jumping spider crawling across the ceiling, and I took a video of him. And then like a couple days later, on the star on top of my Christmas tree, there was the little jumping spider, and I was like, oh, you're cute. And then he literally lived there until like a few days after Christmas, and then he disappeared, and so I took the tree down. But like he literally lived on my Christmas tree the whole Christmas season, and he was very cute, and he had his little fangs were green and he was black and he had little cute puppy dog eyes, but he lived on my tree.
Look at him.
I mean, okay, so she panics because there's a ladybug on her head, but yet she's touching a spider.
Oh, I made him jump.
Oh, fuck
Oh
me.
no, God no.
I'm out.
I'm done.
He was very cute.
Do you even know where he went?
Nope.
Maybe he'll show back up on your tree again this year.
That would be
Maybe he's just waiting.
a Christmas miracle. He said, where's my home?
Let us know in the comments what you think about jumping spiders and traditional Christmas tree lights. And now we will get into the first topic of the 12 Days of Spookmas, which are chemistry sets. And you're gonna find out why giving a chemistry set as a Christmas gift is possibly a bad idea. Ow! And on that note, we'll see you in the next one.
Maybe. I might not make it.
Chemistry sets. The topic of chemistry has been a subject of fascination for millions of years. Some of the earliest recorded uses of chemistry were done by ancient Egyptian alchemists who were trying to take lead and other base metals into gold, though they were interested in other aspects of life. Whether it's baking tasty treats in the kitchen, making weapons for war, building the houses we live in, or saving people's lives in the medical field, there is no doubt that chemistry has shaped our life and everything we do in it. So when did we start putting chemistry in boxes and selling it to the public? The earliest known chemistry sets were developed by British scientists in the 1700s who would stock up wooden crates with supplies and tour around England demonstrating the latest discoveries to an audience. The hope was that any doctors or pharmacists in attendance would take what they saw and apply it into their own work. Chemistry was a new topic in the world, so these demonstrations were very popular, and soon word spread to America. The 1800s arrived, and with it came companies who began cashing in on the opportunity to sell chemical chests filled with glassware, chemicals, and sometimes even a mortar and pestle to scientists and medical students for carrying out field experiments. These also proved handy for classroom instruction. Eventually, however, the costs for these chemical chests began to climb, and companies began searching for a cheaper way to make a profit. The answer was children. And by the 1830s, the first chemistry sets geared towards children began to enter the market. In a clever bit of marketing, they were sold as chemical magic kits, drawing on the Victorian obsession with magic. These kits were filled with a variety of magic tricks that changed color or even made small explosions. The marketing scheme paid off, and these kits continued to be sold until the outbreak of World War I. This was partly because of the demand for chemicals in the war effort, and partly because the kits, even though they were assembled in England, required chemicals from Germany. And so the craze of recreational chemistry was put on hold, or so the public thought. Two brothers in Hagerstown, Maryland, John Jay and Harold Mitchell Porter, started a company called Porter Chemical in 1914. Inspired by the chemical chests and the huge success of Alfred Carlton Gilbert's new toy, called the Erector set, Porter Chemical began selling chemistry sets in 1915 with huge success. By 1920, Gilbert himself was selling his own chemistry sets, and together the two companies became the two biggest competing manufacturers of chemistry sets in the world, with kits stocking the shelves in high-end stores such as Woolworth's, Strawbridge, and Clothier. Part of the reason for this success was the Depression-era mentality that parents had. They wanted their children to pursue a career in a well-paying field that was stable, and if they can make the world a better place, then that was an added bonus. This mentality and rise of sales continued well into the 40s and 50s, and with it came a change in the marketing. The kits were no longer geared towards young magicians. The market was now focused on inspiring future scientists. So now that we have some history, it's time to talk about why the chemistry set is on our list. The answer is obvious. It's the contents in the kits. The size of these kits varied from 10 pieces to more than 100, and while these kits were designed for young scientists, they had to keep costs down, so some sacrifices were made. This was evident in the quality of the glassware. The beakers and test tubes were made of thin glass and sometimes had a Bunsen burner, which had to be hooked up to the house's gas main. Then there was the chemicals provided. These included sodium cyanide, which can dissolve gold in water, but it is also a deadly poison. Most of the chemicals were like calcium sulfate, whose particles can irritate the nose and throat, causing nosebleeds and shortness of breath. Ingestion of large amounts of calcium sulfate can cause bronchitis, nausea, stomach upset, vomiting, and diarrhea. Potassium permanganate, another eye and throat irritant on its own, turned into a fiery explosion when combined with glycerol, which could be found in the home medicine cabinet. Glycerol was used to treat sore throat and constipation. Atomic chemistry sets came with uranium ore, which was used in the atomic bombs dropped on Japan. And they even made glass-blowing kits that came with a blowtorch. Needless to say, if you combine these toxic and flammable chemicals and combine it with flimsy glassware that breaks easily, then put it in the hands of inexperienced children, accidents and deaths were bound to happen. In the 1950s, a boy blew out the front window of his house while trying an experiment with his chemistry set. Another boy put some chemicals in his pocket to show his friend, but they ended up catching on fire in his pocket while he was sitting in a movie theater. Eventually, by the time the 1960s came around, the number of accidents climbed to alarming levels. And soon the government created regulations that required chemistry sets to be non-explosive and non-toxic. Also, parents began to be more safety cautious, and tales of chemistry sets began to fall. Chemistry sets are still sold today, but are very tame and chemical-free compared to their predecessors. However, as dangerous as these early chemistry sets were, it is worth noting that these kits did do their job of inspiring people to pursue a career in chemistry and/or science-based field. If you interview any prominent professional, they will probably tell you that they got their inspiration from a chemistry set gifted to them as a child. So even though the chemistry set created chaos and explosions for several generations, maybe if those kits didn't exist, we wouldn't have as much technological and medical knowledge as we have today.